Welcome to Million Dollar Stories with Mike Fallat. This is the podcast for entrepreneurs who take control of their lives. As business owners, we hold the pen. Therefore, we write the future. Live free and ride on.
Welcome to the very first episode of Million Dollar Stories. My name is Mike Fallat, and I own Dream Starters Publishing and the Million Dollar Book Agency. Over the past couple years, I've been able to work with hundreds and hundreds of entrepreneurs and help them bring their stories to life in a book. And over the next couple hundred episodes, you're going to hear from them. You're going to hear their stories, their lessons, what they've done, how they were able to overcome certain obstacles, and it's going to be amazing. A book, it's really just the beginning. I've heard over the past 6-7 years, I've heard many people say, man, I can't wait to make it someday so I can write a book. Well, my philosophy is write a book so you can make it. And the other philosophy I have is once you start to write, you become clearer than ever. The internal intangibles sometimes far exceed the external intangibles. When you have clarity, you can become very dangerous. You can speak better. You're more articulate. Your tonality is different. Your body language is different. The decisions that you make are better. Who you hang around. The problems that you solve. The solutions that you want to invest your time and energy into. All of this starts to become accentuated, because if you can identify where you come from, where you're at now, and where you're going, then you can set yourself apart from everyone else. You become more powerful as clarity enters your life. Writing equals clarity. Clarity equals freedom. And so as I get to interview my clients on this podcast, I want you to remember that a lot of these people that you're going to meet at one time thought that their story wasn't that special. And then once the book came out, they saw the reviews and heard the feedback and realized the power of their story and how it impacts and affects those around them, whether they know them or not. And it transforms their life. I always say that, I heard this from some great speaker. Effective writing is not about showing people your ideas. It's about transforming other people's ideas. So if your story and your lessons can move the needle in someone else's life, that's going to give you more purpose, right? And Jordan Peterson, one of the great clinical psychologists out there, says, it's a luxury to pursue what makes you happy, but it's a moral obligation to pursue what is meaningful. As you write, you clarify your life. As you write, you become of service to the many. And as Jim Rohn says, service to the many leads to greatness. So as you write, you serve. As you serve, you find meaning. Too many people out there are turning to a pill, are becoming demoralized because they have lost meaning in their life. And if you are without meaning, you can't make great decisions. So my homework assignment to you, and I always hate the word homework, but start to identify where you come from, what you stand for, what you believe in, what you know a bit about, and what you've overcome in life. Because when you do that, you know where you fit in. You know who you can help. Hundreds of people I've been able to work with. And it's amazing. When I sit down with them, I ask them, who is this book for? What I find out, usually, is that the books that they write are for who they used to be, who they are, or who they want to be. It's usually, for the most part, for who they used to be. And so as you identify the stories in your life, chances are your history was your mentor, which means it could be someone else's mentor. This podcast is going to be a chance for you to see some of these authors, best-selling authors, and see how their life has taught them so much that it's going to spill off and to fill other people's cups. It's given them so many viewpoints, ideas, strengths that now they can take their cup and start to help others. And as you write, and as they do, and as they have written, you start to identify if you're living an interesting story or not. And if you can analyze if you're living an exciting life or not, you can make adjustments. Some people realize that their life is not that exciting. Well, it's time to boost that. Because if you realize that there's someone behind you, or maybe yourself, starting to write about your life, you're going to increase the excitement, the passion. You're going to implement more exciting stories so you can inspire and motivate those around you or after you. When you make it to a certain level, it's great to turn around and help someone else get to where you're at. If you help enough people get to where you're at, maybe you can get to where you want to go. Writing a book has changed my life. It started in 2015. I wrote my first book, Dream Starter, Startup Business Guide for the Die-Hard Entrepreneur. It changed everything about me. It gave me an identity. It gave me clarity. It gave me a market clarity. And I was known to many people as the Dream Starter, uniquely enough. And I turned that into Dream Starters University. We started helping people start businesses, but more people came to us to help them with their books. So I created Dream Starters Publishing. And the people I have met along the way are so special. They have helped me out so much. They've changed everything about me. They gave me conviction. They gave me experiences, led to private yacht trips, private jet experiences, investment opportunities, conviction, the ability to speak on stage across the United States. And so my stories have become better. And this is my way, my chance to give back. So having a book is one thing. It'll elevate your name, your credibility, your brand awareness, your clarity, your revenue streams, of course. But being able to see all the impact that it leaves in other people's lives, that's immeasurable. It's incredible. And so this podcast is my way of giving back and being of service to the many. You're going to hear from amazing people who have built multi-million dollar businesses and have done some amazing things. So get ready, because the episodes that follow this one are nothing but $1 million stories. Remember, live free and ride on.